questions.
Thanks, Nico. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Obviously disappointed with the results. We thought we put out a team there that could be very competitive, and we had enough on the field to win the game. So, yeah, from a personnel standpoint, I thought we did exactly what we needed to do. Just unfortunately, the application on my behalf, we couldn't get it right. So, I think over 30 match days, 29, we've proven to find the right recipe. Today we didn't, and yeah, they exposed us and exploited us. So, I think we have enough reps of the 29 previous occasions where we've been very competitive. Today we lost the battle, we lost the war, we lost the fight. So, it's one of those days where the sun sets and tomorrow the sun rises again. We move on. No time to dwell on it. We have a game on Tuesday. So yeah, just unfortunate. But we'll accept this in the right way. We'll learn from this in the right way, and we'll make sure we'll bounce back.
Thanks, Bradley. We can start with questions in the room. Jonathan?
Thanks, Neil. Hindsight is hindsight. Regrets.
No, I just apologize. I just apologize to the staff, the players. I put them in a position that they didn't feel ultra comfortable. So sometimes going out of our comfort zones is a good thing, and we'll learn from this. So that's yeah, hindsight's always 2020. But then we could have spoken about Chicago, Atlanta. We have so many reps of the next man up mentality, and today we had more than our fair share of quality on the field. And yeah, I think everybody's entitled to an off day at the office.
And does it up the ante for Tuesday at all?
At two separate competitions, I think I think the players are really angry about this performance, as we should be. I think yeah, the biggest thing is now we don't want to be blaming and shaming. We want to grow together as a group and show that we are really strong. And this is a real nice challenging moment. So I believe this is exactly the hand we got dealt, and we will deal with this and take it on the chin, and we have to move on. So yeah, it's a massive game on Tuesday for us, but it hasn't changed our focus. It hasn't changed our trajectory of where we want to be and where we want to end the season.
He made the substitutions before the half.
Yeah.
I suspect you might have planned to make some of them after.
No,
Sort of have to
yeah,
second half.
it's always tough coming into the half, starting a second half if you don't have the feel of the game. So, this was intentional when a game's getting away from you. I just intentional just to like get those guys coming in, just to get a feel of the game, and we can go inside and approach it in a tactical way. So, no regrets there. I just feel sorry for everyone who had to watch that from a Philly standpoint.
Corollary to that, if Mikhail's goal had stood,
Yeah.
would that have changed any of your calculus with making those subs when you did?
Yeah, I'm not going to speak about hindsight. It could have been, should have been, would have been. It's just the game played out how it did, and we'll learn from these moments.
Nico, we can go to Zoom.
All right, Matt to George.
Hey, Bradley. What do you do over the next couple days that's any different after a lower scoring loss to make sure that this stays just one loss? What do you do in terms of managing the guys?
Well, I think the bigger the scoreline, the more like it's abnormal, right? We have the best defense in the league up until that point. I'm not sure now, but I think we're still probably tied or whatever, so these type of games are anomalies. That's why I said 29 games, we've shown a certain picture, a certain face, and now we have match day 30. And myself, the staff, the players, we had an off day at the office, and yeah, that's what it is. We just have to move on. I'd rather, get cleaned out like this and we learn from it and be like, all right, that's not us, let's move on. And I think that's the feeling I get. That's the messages I'm hearing, and that's always a positive sign.
Do you think from a confidence standpoint you have to do a lot of reinforcing of them, or do they kind of, as you said, no, this is not them, this is the outlier, this is the anomaly? How do you foresee that coming over the next week?
Only time will tell, only time will tell. But I don't see that anybody should feel, any worse than a 1-0 loss, or, sometimes you have to go through these moments to get whacked in the face and, yeah, just to get that feeling of what it actually feels like. I don't think, I've experienced big losses as a player before, and against, and a coach. This is probably, my biggest blowout loss. So again, something I have to get to get the feeling of, because I've never had that. So now I just have to move on with it, and that's what it is.
All right. Thanks, Bradley. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you.